So today what I want to talk about is the whole explosion in the whole retro gaming market right now. I don't want to call retro gaming an industry because it isn't necessarily an industry, but it is a market and it is absolutely massive at that. So, sort of just, starting out, a lot of people, and this is the subject for this. I'm just gonna get into, why I think it's so massive right now. And my main reason for that is that a lot of people, who were kids in the '90s, the early to mid '90s, they had their, Super Nintendos, they had their, their Sega Genesis consoles, they had, all that kind of stuff. Hell, even their 3DO if they're really sort of a niche crowd. So, I mean, these people are, those who really liked gaming as a child, and then they say, oh, hey, look, they're selling this thing online, or they're selling it in this store that, that's in town, and, why not? I'll go pick one up and I'll have some nostalgia. I'm starting to think that that's a majority of what's causing this massive boom in retro gaming. The second thing that's causing a massive boom in retro gaming are video hosting websites like the one you are on right now, YouTube. And the reason I say this is because of all the insane amounts of retro gaming channels, one of which this is. So, and a lot of them have, a lot of attention, and retro gaming is massive on YouTube. And okay, so that's one of the things. Moving on to my third reason. The third reason would primarily be because the modern gaming industry is pissing a lot of people off, and they want to go back to the old days, one, to protest the modern gaming industry, and two, because it's just so much better. Like back then, when you released a game, it was 100% finished, and you did not release an unfinished game, or the magazines would tear you a new asshole. And even if it was a bad game and it was completely finished, they would still tear you a new asshole. And nowadays, these companies can release whatever the fuck they want. No one cares because, they're paying off a bunch of, journalists, or journalists with fucking air quotes around it. They're paying off all these people to, give the game good ratings. They invite them and they give them the special treatment. They're like, hey, what's going on here? Here's $500. Tell them that our game is not shit, even though we know it is, because it's filled with fucking shitty microtransactions and the content is shit. And it's based entirely on multiplayer. So, enter EA and Activision. So that's one of the reasons that I really like retro gaming, is because I can go back. It's always going to be there. It's always going to be there, and there's not any of this DRM bullshit, that electronic DRM bullshit that we have in the modern day. Because back in the old days, they didn't have internet. They couldn't do that shit. They would lose a shit ton of money and end up like Atari if they ended up, doing stupid shit. So, and we all know what happened to Atari. No, they didn't die because of the internet, but for those of you that don't know, they just made some stupid ass decisions, and that ultimately ended up ended up killing them. And I'll actually make a whole video on that now that I have the idea in my head. So I really do think that retro gaming has a very, very, very large place in modern pop culture, almost, or pop culture, can't talk today, and I do think that it's on, it is definitely on the rise. It's obvious. There's no really denying that it's on the rise, and because it's on the rise, this can also cause some problems. I believe it was Alpha Omega Sin, another channel that I very heavily watch. I binge watch his videos a lot, even if I've seen them a billion times. I just love watching them over and over and over again. He went over this one thing where there was this Storage Wars show, or whatever the fuck it was. I saw it once, and I don't fucking care about it. Where this guy pulls out a Nintendo Entertainment System of a storage garage. He's like, oh, it's a Nintendo 001. It's the rarest fucking thing ever. I'm gonna charge out the fucking asshole for this because no, that wasn't the case, because they're all fucking 001, you dumb shit. So it's people like that set trends in the market. It's people like that who have a lot of publicity that set trends in the market, and I'm afraid that since retro gaming is becoming more and more popular, that's going to continue to escalate, and more stupid people are going to do this kind of shit. and then prices are just going to keep going up, and it's already happening. I was just looking online the other day at normal prices for, you know, or retro game consoles. A fucking Super Nintendo goes for like $90 online. I can go to the to the store we have downtown, pick one up for $40, pick up 2 games. They hook me up with 2 controllers. They hook me up with all the stuff that I need to play it. And they're charging just for the console alone for $90 online, and you don't even know if it's going to get to your house intact. So that's, you know, that's one of the problems that's going to escalate. And this isn't just with Super Nintendos. This is with all retro game consoles. Even then, in a lot of these just aren't rare. They aren't rare at all. Even, you know, Nintendo Entertainment Systems, those saw a spike after the stupid Storage Wars fucking incident. And I don't know. I think that, yes, the retro gaming is on the rise, but if you're really, really going to get into it and you actually have a passion for it, and you're not just doing it to, you know, be fucking cool or whatever, I say that you start now. Like, now. As I post this video. What is it, like October 8th, 2015? Start right now, because it's only going to get worse. It is only going to get worse, because the prices are going to go up and stupid people are going to set trends, and it's just going to continue happening, and it's just going to go on and on and on and on until they're extremely rare, and then they're just collectors stuff, you know, very devoted collectors that can, you know, afford to pay, you know, thousands and thousands of dollars for something. And none of us usually, the people that I usually know, absolutely are not that kind of collector. If I had that kind of money, I would, obviously, but I don't. I'll never have that kind of money to just spend on that kind of stuff, and only that kind of stuff alone. So I say that if you're going to get into retro gaming and you're really going to have a passion for it, or if you're doing it for nostalgia and you're doing it legitimately, not because some stupid fuck says it's worth that much, because it's more than likely not. Start now. Start going wherever you can, and do it from local mom and pop shops. Don't buy it online, because you will be ripped off at some point. You know, you don't know, you're going to get overcharged. You're going to end up getting a console that doesn't work. You're going to end up, you know, you're always going to end up running into some bullshit. The store that we have in town called Freak Toys is awesome. So I don't have to deal with this, because I can just go down there. They're like blocks down from here. So I can just, you know, go downtown and, you know, pick up a console or a bunch of games whenever I want. And I can just walk out of there with like an arm full of awesome stuff. And I can be like, holy fuck capitalism, thank you. So, you know, I really do think that retro gaming is absolutely massive, and it's only going to continue to get massive. But with that, there's going to be some problems, as there are with anything else that gets massively popular. So I thought I would just have a little discussion about this, and, you know, speak to whoever might end up watching this. I don't know, whoever 2 of you are watching this. So, and I really enjoy doing these sort of rants, because I legitimately talk to myself a lot, and I'll do these rants to myself, and I'm like, okay, what the fuck am I doing? So I figured I'll just do this into the mic and put it online and see if it gets attention. So I will talk to you guys later. I might post a couple things later today, so I'll see you guys later. I hope you enjoyed it. Give me a thumbs up if you liked it, so that I know to continue doing this. I'll see you later.